Yeah, so what's up? I go by Crates, Digital Crates, representing for hip hop since 1987. And I'm here with a rising star. In the last couple of years, you've been gassing. And you got fans that ride for you. Like it's coming for you. It's growing, man. It's like, yo, I really see some big things coming for you. So I
Thank
respect you
you.
for taking the time today. Like, no doubt about it.
No, thank you. I respect you for, even giving me the time.
We care more about the underground champions and the stars of tomorrow. You know what I mean? So
Right,
I
right.
definitely put you in that category. Like
Thank you.
I think you just a couple records away from some real big things happening. I'm tapped in, but for the people that don't know you yet, because they will, maybe you can just tell them your name and where you're from.
My actual name is Wale Idris, but my artist name is Wale the Sage.
Mm.
I'm originally from Nigeria, but I've lived in America for about like 8, 9 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, I came here when I was 14, so it's been like a long time. So I'm just trying to make it. Just trying to make it.
Now you making it happen, man. You make it look easy too. Like you got really dope music. It's like I wouldn't even know how to describe it. It's like pretty like original, like true school hip hop based, but it's like a new sound. It's like a breath of fresh air when I hear your music. And also your voice is so unique. It's like no, you don't sound like anybody.
You think
Nobody,
so?
yeah, nobody really sound like you. Like you definitely got something really dope going on. Maybe you could just tell people like how you got your start doing music, like what inspired you.
Technically, I've always been making music since like high school. Like when I was in high school in Nigeria, I used to be like part of like a rap group in school, and would
Mm,
just like make music in school and just rap in school. But I never really took it serious.
mm,
Even when I went to college, I still wasn't taking it serious then. It was just something I just liked and it was in the background. But I started taking music seriously, like fully, like maybe towards the time I left college, and when I was listening to more hip hop, music
yeah,
and listening to more music in general. And life happened. I went through a couple of stuff that made me I was like, what is one thing I want to do, with
mm,
my life, one thing I enjoy doing the most, and that one thing was like music. And I'm the kind of person that if I love something, I'm gonna like go hard at it. I'm gonna go all the way.
yeah,
I'm the kind of person that I like to see how far I can take it.
yeah,
Basically, I don't do anything half-assed. It is if I'm gonna be Bill Gates, how far can I take it being Bill Gates?
yeah,
If I'm gonna be a Drake, can I be bigger than a Drake? If I'm gonna be
yeah.
Michael Jackson, can I be bigger than that? And that's always been like my mindset. So when I started making music, it was I'm gonna see how far I can take it, how hard I can go.
Yeah.
How can I be one of the best? I don't care. I'm not doing it because I want to be famous or I want all this in the world. I'm just doing
Yeah.
it for myself, basically.
Yeah.
It's something that brings me joy.
Yeah. And
I enjoy
your
doing.
music is personal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like definitely like almost every song, there's some pretty like introspective things going on lyrically. Like, where did the motivation to like make such personal music come from?
I listen to a lot of like Kendrick Lamar,
Mm,
a lot of Nas, and just like
yeah.
I listen to a lot of J. Cole, a lot of just I just listen to hip hop in general,
Yeah.
and one thing about those people, and that make people love them the most is they are very personal with the music. They always speak their mind. They always say how they
True.
feel. Even on songs where they're just like, oh, it's just like a trap beat, and I'm just gonna like just have fun with it. They're still saying some shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even Kendrick Humble is just to sit down, be humble. It's like, oh yeah, I can play that in the club. But if you actually listen to the song, it's still saying something on the song.
He's saying a
So
lot.
it's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Saying a lot on the song, and that's always been the kind of person I am. I'm not scared to let people know how I feel.
Mm,
That's how you grow as an artist. You grow as a person. When people know what is going on in your head all the time,
yeah.
as much as you want them to know, obviously, they get closer to you, basically. So that's the kind of person I am. I'm an open book. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say the shit.
There's no topic that's off limits.
There's no
It's like
topic.
your
Yeah.
yeah, your music really. There's so much about your life and your culture, your upbringing, relationships. Like it's a little bit of something for everybody in there. Like it's personal. It's like a magic trick. Like it's personal, but it's relatable. You
Yes.
know what I mean? And it's like I don't know if that's something that you necessarily go for is to make your music relatable, but I definitely see in the comments and even myself, there's stuff that you're saying where I'm like, wow, that really resonates with me.
It's because like every one of us, we all relate on the same frequency. If you really think
Yeah,
about it, we all go through the same shit. You know, maybe we don't talk about it to each other, but we all
Yeah,
go through the same shit. You know, you might think, oh, this experience is very personal. I'm the only person that's ever been through what I'm feeling right now. But once you let it out and open, you find out there's 2 million people that feel the same way as you. You know,
yeah,
so you just got to be open. You know, so I'm not. I make music just because I love what I make. I'm not necessarily trying to like make a hit song every time I make
yeah,
music. You know, because if I start going to just make only hit songs, then I'm not gonna be true to myself. You know,
yeah,
you can make a hit song, give them just being yourself and being relatable, and you know, and that's how you have a core fan base the
yeah.
most. You know, so
No, I
yeah,
mean you have for your fans, you have quote unquote hits. Like you definitely have
I, I'm not,
some
I'm not,
songs that stick out, you know, and
I'm not even sure. I'm not even there. I'm not even close. I'm not even anywhere yet. You know, I'm so far away from it. It's because it's just so much. There's so much steps I still need to take. There's so much. You know, I still need to get somewhere, and I'm so far away from it. I'm working hard to get there, so I'm not really pressed about what I have currently because it's really
yeah.
nothing.
No, and I respect that you're humble about it. It's good to talk to someone that has like a working mentality, you know, like I feel like no matter how big you can get, there's always ways to improve. You know, it's not
Yeah,
so
for
much
sure.
about being the best. It's like about being the best version of yourself.
Yes,
And that's one thing
100%.
that I respect about your music. I see the improvement. I see that there's like a steady, you know what I mean,
That's
increase
the only
in the
way.
quality. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way. If I'm doing this every year and I'm just on this like wave every single year and I'm not getting better or trying to be better than I was last year, then like what am I really doing? You know,
Yeah.
that's the only way to grow. You know, I'm open. I want to work with everybody. I want to work. I want to put myself out there, and
Yeah.
I want to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. You know, so that's why there's always room for growth. There's no room to be like cocky or you know, like
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm the shit now. You know, everybody.
One thing that for me that makes you the shit that separates you is the incredible high quality of your visuals and the frequency in which you release and promote them. I mean, it's like one slapper after another. It's like quote unquote like you've really been feeding the streets. Like for those that really are fans of what you have going on, like you are extremely consistent. Not only that, too, it's like the visuals you have is all like a cohesive aesthetic.
Right, right.
Everything is like it works with each other, you know, almost like if you lined up all your videos, it's almost like an album, even though there's singles here, singles there, everything goes together. Like where did that aesthetic come from? And like even the fact all your visuals have like almost,
The
I wouldn't
writing.
say karaoke, but
Yeah,
have
yeah,
like
yeah. The writing.
the
Yeah,
closed captions under there. Like
yeah.
what inspired that aesthetic, and also what motivates your consistency?
The aesthetic like came from like just like learning, basically. You know, like before I started like taking music seriously, you know, one thing I would do is just go on YouTube and learn from artists that are already making music and the things that they do, you know, and how to like, you know, improve. And honestly, me putting the caption initially was because I was afraid people wouldn't understand what I was saying because I had an accent. You
Mm,
know, so I was like, oh, no one will really understand me when I rap because I don't sound American enough. So maybe I should put a closed caption so people can understand better what I'm talking about. And I found that it didn't matter, you know, because people
yeah,
understood me regardless. It didn't matter. But I just kept doing it because I realized like a couple of people they'd be like, oh man, sometimes I just read the caption and it makes me feel better, blah blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep leaving it up there.
yeah.
It's technically doing something, you know. So I
No,
just made that
it's
part of
so
my
dope.
aesthetic. Yeah, I made it part of my aesthetic, and part of my aesthetic was, you know, loving fashion because I've
Mm.
always loved fashion, and that's my like one of my top things I love to.
No,
I
you
love
rocking
clothes.
some crazy fits in some of these
Yeah,
videos,
I
like
love clothes, you know.
crazy.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so it's like I want to implement that as also part of my aesthetic. You know, years from now, I want it to be like I want to be like a Kanye West, you know, that you know
yeah,
that has a certain aesthetic to him, or
yeah.
ASAP Rocky that has a certain
Mm.
aesthetic to the with the music that they make.
What motivates you to be that consistent? Like, how do you stay like kind of one upping yourself all the time?
Oh, just because I'm hungry. I want to be successful so bad. Like I want to be really really successful. Like the things I want to do is like sometimes it keeps me up at night when I think
Yeah,
about it. That's how bad I want to be successful. You know, so I just sit there and I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, and it's not always a good thing because I move on too fast. Like, I can drop a song this month and I'm already thinking of the next 2 songs. Okay,
Yeah.
what is the next move? You know, I don't dwell on the songs that I already made, and it's
Yeah.
not always a good thing, but it's just the hunger of like, I need to be better than myself. I
Yeah.
need to be better than I was. I need to be better. You know, that's just
Yeah. And that kind of
it.
leads to my next question. I was gonna say, like, what's that production process like? Like, are you always writing? Like, do you have certain producers you work with, or people send you beats? Like, how does the whole production process go down?
I'm always writing. That's one thing I'm always doing. You know, but with making beats, I try not to like stress myself about that because there are millions of talented producers. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm not looking to work with the craziest producer. I just go on YouTube and find very talented people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just on YouTube listening to just the type beats. You know, I'm just going
Yeah.
through it, and then you find some of the most talented people that no one know about. You
Yeah.
know, there's some random guy in Egypt that's making
Yeah.
amazing beats that no one
Yeah.
has heard. You know, so it's like I like to give people like that a chance, and I just hit
Yeah.
them up and I try to like just work with them. You know, and see what we can come up with if we can do something crazy, and that's how I increase my productivity level. You know, because I do it with multiple people at once.
Yeah.
So
So it's like you're
yeah.
also an A&R, putting it together.
Basically, yeah.
And then the videos, it's like you're, I assume involved in the treatments and the design and the locations. So it's
Yeah,
like you kind of
I'm
do it
involved in
all.
everything. Yeah, I have to be, because if you're not on top of everything, like you will fall like short, So you have to be on top of everything. And I work with, people that I'm grateful for, that help me
Yeah.
out a lot in terms of like the visual and things I need to come up with. But I also have to be on top of it too, They can also just be like, if I'm not serious, don't take it serious too,
Yeah.
you know.
And then on
So
top of all that, it's social media. It's like
yes, the
YouTube,
marketing,
keeping up with
yeah.
everything. How do you balance it all? Like, what does kind of like a typical week look like for you as an artist?
Honestly, it's almost like an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like an addiction. I'm grateful to have the team that I have right now. That helped me out a lot. That took some of the stresses off of my head. But
Yeah.
I still wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, what can I do? Or what am I doing differently? Or what is this? What is my TikTok not doing as good? Or why am I, just trying to come up with something different every single day, something,
Yeah.
to push the music even further. And I'm like, I need to like one up myself every single day. So that's basically how my mindset is.
You got also, it seems like unlimited bars. I mean, the song there's no shortage of raps. Like, what's like the writing process like for you? Do you just like kind of free write, or do you kind of come up with the concepts first? What's like the actual songwriting process
I
like?
just go. It depends on how I feel with the beat. Like if I hear a beat and I just feel a certain emotion with that beat,
Mm,
I write based on that emotion. And sometimes it might just be like the caption of like what the producer used to like write the beat. It could be like, oh, peace type beat,
yeah.
blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, let me just freestyle on something peace, and I'm just
Yeah.
freestyling, and then you come up with something crazy, and then you're like, oh shit, that's actually pretty good. Let me just keep going. Let me just keep going. And then you're like, oh my god, this is actually fire. And then you just before you know you have a song, you
That's
know.
funny. Everybody
Yeah,
has their way of going about it. And like
yeah.
social media, like what are you most active on? Like where can people like get at you the easiest?
On social media, I'm most active on TikTok to be on TikTok and Instagram. Like Instagram, I try, but like TikTok, I'm most active. Because as an artist, you have to be. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. I know we're all fighting for everyone's attention, but
Yeah.
like the harder you keep pushing, TikTok is one of the few apps that still like reward artists. So that's why I use that more than I use the rest.
TikTok is the wave for sure. And
Yeah.
even TikTok, I'm sure give or take another year or two, there's gonna be something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's why for now you gotta just do what you can. It's just like when
Yeah.
the era of Vine, there's so
Yeah.
many people that came from
Fine,
Vine that
yeah.
became successful.
True.
People that really capitalized on Vine. That's the same thing TikTok is doing. And in 5 years, if there's something else, I'm gonna be on that something else too.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
looks like the only thing that really lasts, in my opinion, is YouTube. Something about
yes.
YouTube just works. It's still working. It will always work. And I see you really feeding your YouTube stream. I mean, the videos are really incredible. You know what I mean? Like
YouTube.
you got music on Spotify, all that. But for me, your music is like it's so visual. It's like, and some of your videos just go so perfectly with the music. If you don't mind, really quick, just I want to talk about a couple
Go
songs
ahead.
in
Go ahead.
particular.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, like I feel like a lot of your first videos, it was almost like you were giving an introduction, like a personal introduction, like songs like this thing called Life,
Hmm.
Way Back Home, Home
Hmm.
Freestyle, like they all go together. It's almost like an introduction. Was that something you planned? Like this is
It
how I'm gonna.
wasn't. It wasn't. It was just the songs that I just had in my hand at the time,
Huh.
you know. And even then, I thought like, oh my god, this visuals are so bad. Like, but you know, but I knew the importance of having a visual with a song, you
Yeah.
know, because when people hear a song, it's different from when they see a visual with it. If they see an image, they see the artist himself, you know, they see all that, you know, they feel more connected to it than
Mhm.
just listening to a song sometimes. So I knew the importance of a visual. And besides, like, I was like, okay, if I post something on TikTok and something blows up, at least I have a visual to just post, you know, so people can
Yep. The
see
little
another
clips. Yeah.
song. Exactly. So that was like the whole idea in my head. That's why I had, even if the visuals were like quote unquote bad, you know, I was like,
Yeah.
and I just still wanted to have something.
Yeah. And then you got songs like "Pay My Dues" and "Nobody Knows." They're like two of my favorites of yours. It's like I feel like that now. It's like the lyrics, the concepts, everything's like kind of expanding. You know what I mean? Kind of
Yeah.
growing. And it's like I don't know if that was also it was just in your head or was it a conscious choice to like kind of expand on
I
subject
wanted
matter a little bit?
I want to expand on like not just subject matter, but like on my sound also.
Mm,
You know, because I in the beginning I just wanted to just do the chill sound, the chill sound, the chill sound. But I was
yeah,
like, nah, let me like expand on the kind of music I make. I want to make something more aggressive, you know. I want to
yeah,
make something more, you know, more energetic. You know, I want people to be able to like go through like my music and it's like on shuffle and it's just different sounds. It's just going
yeah,
back and forth with different sounds, and rather than just one, you know,
yeah,
one tempo basically.
yeah. But it's all cohesive, you know. It's like you don't change who you are lyrically or like the
No,
delivery, like the tone of your voice doesn't change. Like you really ride out those flows on like all different types of beats. It's definitely refreshing. Now big thing in hip hop now, everybody's hanging the microphone.
yeah.
And you got Blue, which kind of blew up for you. What do you think it was about that just like took what you were doing to another level?
I think blue people just relate to the subject matter. I think that's what it was. I think it was just because like a lot of people go through like being sad and being depressed
Yeah,
and just life sucks. This type of like mentality, and that's what the song was basically about. Like I wanted to shoot a whole music video for it, but I was like, nah, I just want people to just listen to the song.
yeah,
I just want people to just like look at the visual and just like listen to the song itself. Because if
yeah,
there's something going on, people don't really know what the song is about because they're too focused on watching the video. So I'm like, I'm just going to put a mic and just rap so they can
yeah,
hear what the song was about, and it worked.
yeah.
Because yeah, and it just worked.
And now you see so many people doing it. Like it's definitely
Yeah,
like a thing right now. It's
it's
like,
a big thing right now. Yeah,
yeah. And then I love 2.22.
yeah, 222. Yeah.
It's like a movie. You know what I mean? Like and even that, like some of the newer videos, like Smoking on Soprano, it's like your stuff starting to look like movies now. Like you really turning it up. Like, maybe you could just talk about the influence of being with the label, locking in with Pick6. What did that kind of bring, to what's going on in your life and in your
Uh,
career?
One of the big things was like when Pick6 came, it gave me a mindset of like also like okay, I have a team that want to support me, because
Mm,
they're very on my ass. Like okay, what's next?
mm,
What are we doing next?
yeah,
And I love that because I don't like when people don't care. It makes me feel a certain type of way,
yeah,
where they're on my ass. Like okay, what is next? What is this? So it made me like want to step up my game too. Like okay, I have to deliver every single time. If I'm
yeah,
coming at them with a visual, they need to have something that's like tangible. The influence of Pick6 like it's been like really good in my career so far. So it's like,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the label is crazy. I mean, that's like, to me, that's like a very hip hop forward thinking label. I really love what the whole label has going on, man. Like, y'all are building something special. You know what I mean? I really feel like it's something that's going to last. And that's dope that it's turning your career up. You got some new stuff out, Family Affair.
yeah.
Crazy. Maybe you could talk about the inspiration behind that song. That joint is crazy.
If I mean, Family Affair was just a song talking about like the dynamic of a family. It's just like
Mm,
people don't really support, you know, and art itself. Everybody wants you to go to college and do the
yeah,
sciences and do this and do that, but they don't. If you tell them, "Oh, I'm an artist," or even if I'm a painter or I'm a this, they're like, "Nah, don't even talk about that." Like that's
yeah,
not and that was what the song was just basically going on about. Like because I didn't like that because you experience every family experience the same thing. Everybody can tell you that, especially immigrant families. We all know that. So that was the basic like subject of what that song was about. But I didn't want it to just be on a boom bap beat. I wanted
yeah,
it to be like energetic. I wanted to
Yeah.
have like an energy to it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like make it more hype, basically.
Yeah, the song is crazy. I mean, you got another video dropping this week. Or maybe you could just tell people maybe a little bit about it, but dropping this week, you got a crazy video.
4 a.m. in ATL.
I love the ending of the video, the second part
Right.
of the video. I mean, it's like that's something that almost gives you chills when you watch that last 10, 15 seconds.
It's just
Crazy.
I wanted to like for that song, I wanted to because everyone is always telling me, oh, do like a slow and reverb type of a song
Mhm.
and blah blah. So I was like, I wrote that song and halfway through the song, I was like, I'm just gonna make the rest of the song slow and reverb,
So dope.
so it just has like a different feel to it. Because I don't see anybody do slow and reverb on a song. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it.
Not like that.
You know,
That's something special right there.
yeah, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. What do I have to lose? I
Yeah.
don't have anything to lose. It's part of the
Yeah,
process.
only gains from here
Yeah,
on. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's part of the process. Yes, sir.
So what's next in the process? Like, so you got this video dropping this week. What's coming in the next couple months?
Next couple months is it's honestly my project. That's the number one focus, and that's one thing I'm trying to like do very, very, very well because I've never put a project before. I've never put out any sort of project before, So I'm like, I really want to do it right,
Yeah,
because I have a lot of good songs, a lot of different songs in a project. The project is it's cohesive,
yeah,
100%, but it's also very like different sounds. Some songs sounds a lot darker. I've never done
yeah,
a sound like that. Some sounds are my type of sound, the regular Wale to say sound, you know.
yeah.
But I wanted to experiment with the project. I wanted it to feel like me, because I realized like some of my fan base might not like when I do the most hype stuff because they like the more chill stuff because that's my sound, but that's not me.
Yeah.
I love energy, I love the highest energy. I love the chillest energy. I like to move
Yeah.
around and bounce through energy. So that's what the project is gonna be about.
And then looking past that, like, where do you kind of see this music taking you in the next couple of years? Like, what's the future look like?
I hope the future is bright, and I hope the future is great. 'Cause I just want honestly, I just want my music to be very successful and just be in a good place where I can just like make music, have like less stress on my mind and just
Yeah,
enjoy the process of just making music. Maybe make more money, obviously dabble more into fashion and
yeah,
and just like I honestly just want to live a chill life. I don't really care about the hype. I just want to live a chill life. So I know the music will be, in a greater position.
yeah. Amen to that. I see it coming for you, man. You've really been putting in the work. I really respect everything you got going on. Before we wrap up, I don't know if you got maybe any shout outs or any last words, any thank yous. I just kind of want to give you the floor before we wrap up.
No, thank you to you for even giving me the time, to
Of
even
course.
yeah to even talk. So I'm just grateful for that, and obviously thanks to the team because
Yeah.
they keep helping me out, and I'm very grateful for that. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited to see what the future holds, man. You just keep working. We're gonna keep supporting everything you do. So from
thank you,
everybody at HipHopSince1987.com, again, I just want to say thank you, man, and big salute to you, man. Keep grinding.
thank you,
Big blessings on the way, man.
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
Appreciate your
thank you,
time,
man.
G. Thank you,
All
and
right, peace.
have a great day, man.
You too have a blessed one.